Do we exist in a single universe, or do we exist in multiple universes?
Universe by itself means everything. So in one sense, the notion of universe should comprise, or could comprise, very different regions of space-time. There's an important thing that experimentally we cannot look deeper into space than light traveled since the Big Bang, which has been 13 billion years ago. So we cannot look beyond this so-called event horizon, which is just this limit of observation. We do not know what is outside. It is not excluded that outside the so-called event horizon, for example, different laws of physics may hold. An example may be the following. After Big Bang, a lot of matter and antimatter annihilated. In fact, almost everything. What is amazing, that a tiny fraction of matter remained, from which the stars, chemistry, biology, and finally the human beings have arisen. Now it is thinkable that in different regions of space-time, matter and antimatter completely annihilated and the world was ending up in an empty bubble of light. In such an empty bubble of light, no human life would have been possible. There would be nobody asking this question. So many universes could have been born from quantum fluctuations, but since we now experimentally in astrophysics look down to the very end of the universe, we just don't know. And due to the limitations of the speed of light, we will never be able to look further.
How close are we to the synthesis of all the fundamental forces into a single grand unification theory?
Such a synthesis is one of the big dreams of natural science and philosophy. The most famous important example has been the unification of the phenomena of electricity and of magnetism in the 19th century, which has been very important for our everyday life. All electromagnetic phenomena nowadays stem from this unification. Now, starting with theories emerging in 1954 and ending with the observation of the so-called W and Z bosons at the European Center for Nuclear Research in 1984, electromagnetism was unified with the weak force of beta radioactivity. So nature does not exhibit only electromagnetism, it works within the unified electroweak force. Since this concept was so extremely successful, physicists starting in 1973 worked out grand unified theories and unified the electroweak force with the strong nuclear force. The last remaining force in this play this aim for unification was gravity. Gravity is more complicated since it's, according to the general theory of relativity, very intimately connected to space and time. The first theories of supergravity emerged in 1984, and they were further developed into the theory of superstrings nowadays. We all hope that a theory of everything, a TOE, will encompass all physics phenomena and that we will end up with only one force in physics. Important experimental investigations will start next year in 2007 at the Large Hadron Collider.
Can all the laws of physics and observable phenomenon be summarized into one elegant theory, the ultimate equation?
This was indeed Einstein's dream. We are still now mostly considering space-time, the building blocks of matter, and forces considering as separate phenomena and items. The big dream is to consider all that as one big unity and to generate space-time, the building blocks of matter as the elementary particles, and all four forces of nature from one symmetry in many space-time dimensions, plus abstract dimensions emerging from nuclear theory. We are pretty confident that this works since electromagnetism, its unification with the weak force into the electroweak theory, and also the unification with the strong force basically work fine. Since this has been a success story in physics, we are now pretty confident that at the very end we will end up with a one and all-embracing theory.